I'm not gonna lie, installing this shower stall in our box truck is gonna be a challenge. Hey everybody, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free. Here is the shower stall pan. It's 24 this way, 32 that way. This is gonna be a real challenge, and I've been putting it off because I've run dozens of different permutations of how to engineer this, and every time I come up with a different way. Here's the problem. The shower is going right there, right in alignment with this. The shower wall will come straight down to there. Here's the problem. We have a 30-gallon gray tank, and it's right directly underneath of the shower. Back here is the gas tank. Right there is the tires, rear tires. There's the tank. That's the only place I could put it, which means that I cannot go straight down from the hole because that's the tank right underneath of it. I only have a gap about that big where I'm going to have to put an elbow underneath of the shower, turn it this way, and then go down through the roof, or through the floor. The problem is there just isn't enough room there because the OSB is sitting on 2x2s, so there's only 1.5 inches, 2 inches underneath of there, and it's going to take considerably more room than that to put in an elbow. I also have to run from the drain that goes down, I have to run another pipe over to here for the kitchen sink. So the only thing I can come up with is that I'm going to have to build a platform to set the shower on, so we're going to have to step up into the shower. I want to keep it as low as possible, but enough room that I can actually run the pipes and even get in there to do repairs, and that's going to be a challenge. That's where the drain goes. All the rest of this floor has been fastened down except for this one piece, because I knew I was going to have to do the work, so I haven't fastened it down yet. So the drain is going to be right here, so I'm going to have to cut out a little bit of this to make room for that, and then the box will go up on top of that to set the shower on. Elbow will come down, go down through here somewhere to get to the gray tank underneath. So I've now put the drain here, and then there's a threaded thing there. I got to put a threaded coupling on the bottom, and then the elbow, and from here, which is where it'll be sitting on a piece of plywood, I need about 5 inches of clearance underneath, and because it's sitting on 2x2s right now, it's only got, and then a 1/2 inch plywood, it's only got 2 inches of clearance. I need 5, so that's why I have to build the box to raise this up so there's enough room underneath for this. So now I've got this little platform built to raise the shower base. Now the design of this shower base is really bizarre. The bottom of the shower sits flat on this styrofoam piece all the way down, supports it. But this doesn't come down. This is floor level. This doesn't come down to floor level. So I've got a gap that much. So in order to do this, I had to actually put a 2x8 here so it would have something to lap over. Otherwise I would have a gap between here and the floor level down there. Just really bizarre. I don't particularly like it. I don't know why they did that. So now I've got some stuff I need to cut away here. make room for the pipes. Need to cut it away about like this. Something like that. Glue held pretty well, huh? Okay, this blue mark is where the shower goes. I now have the platform built and access for the pipes. I think this is going to work. Now this right here, underneath of where that bed overhangs, is going to be a narrow closet, and we plan to put folding lawn chairs back in there. But I'm going to, the shower wall will be right here, but I'm going to leave this open underneath so that in the future, if I should ever need to get in here to fix a leak here, I can just reach in the closet and get to it like that so I can fix a leak. That's one of my main concerns, is to be able to get back there to fix any leaks that I have. Now I've got to cut a hole through the aluminum floor, and I've measured this 4 times because it always makes me very nervous to cut a hole like this, because if I cut it in the wrong place, then, well, I have a hole in the wrong place. Wow, that's tough. Battery's dead. Well, that was a bear, but I got through. I broke 3 pilot drill bits trying to get through there. That's not just a piece of aluminum, it's corrugated like this to make it stronger. But it actually went through faster than I really expected or feared that it might be. So now I'm ready to start running the plumbing. Oops, wrong way. Okay, so now I got the shower pedestal mounted with a clear path right there for the pipe to the hole that goes down underneath. So this is going to be really tight here, but it's just going to fit. This T right here goes to the kitchen sink, and then this one comes up to the shower. This T fits in here absolutely perfectly. If it was another ½ inch longer, it wouldn't fit. So to make sure I get this at exactly the right angle when I glue it, I put 2 marks there so I can line it up correctly. Now this stuff is pretty cool. This is 1.5 PVC drain pipe, but it's flexible pipe. I didn't even know this existed, and Barry told me about it. And I said, well, this must be new, huh? And he said, no, it's been around quite a while. New for me and new for him are 2 different things. I haven't really done any significant plumbing for about 10 years. So, and I've been doing this kind of work for 40 years, so something that was introduced 8 or 10 years ago is still new to me. Anyway, it's the first time I've used it. I really like it. It's going to go up here into the sink. When this goes here, I want a little bit of extra support right in the center of the shower where most of the weight will be. Here's the connection I have to make. This elbow, I got to put it in there and get it on there. This is the most difficult part because I have to glue both sides and then get it pressed into place and get it in at the right angle. And I only have maybe 15 seconds to do that before the glue hardens up and I can't move it anymore. When you first put it in there, you can move it, but it doesn't take long for it to harden up. So I got to put glue here, got to put glue here, which goes on there, press it all together at the same time. I always hate this part of it. It's always really stressful to make sure you get it in the right angle before it hardens. I'm not going to be able to film this because you see, I can't even see it. I got to do it all by feel, which makes it even more difficult. There's no way to get a camera down there. This is the tile that we're going to use on the floor, and I'm going to run it up underneath here for 2 reasons. One, to hide this and make it look much better than just painting it white, and the other is to make this waterproof so I don't have to worry about water damage. Here's the finished plumbing. But wait, Bill, you might ask, don't you need a trap on that shower? Don't you need a P-trap full of water to keep the smell from coming up into the camper? Yes, absolutely. But there's no room, as you saw, underneath of the shower, so it's going to go down underneath, just before the water goes into the gray tank. Now here's another cool thing. Have you ever heard of a waterless P-trap? I never had, until I started doing some research for this. This is a waterless P-trap. And you probably won't be able to see it, but there's a membrane inside of there that lets the water run this way, but doesn't let the smell go back. I think it's pretty cool. That way I don't have a P-trap full of water that can freeze in the winter because it's hanging down and exposed to the weather. This can go this way, or it can go this way. I've never used one before, never heard of it until now, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. So I glued this part in here and this, and then I discovered that I had forgotten to turn my camera on. Sorry about that. Make sure I get the flow the right way here. Trying to avoid the glue dripping down on my arms. Okay, I think I'm good. Well, I made a little bit of a mistake here because when I cut the length here, I didn't account for the thickness of this tile, that little 1/4 inch, and that moved the pan out a little bit further, which means that now there's a gap back here, and this really needs to be flat against there. So I'm going to have to put some shims in there like that, unfortunately. But that'll fix it. Okay, so now this shower base is permanently installed. It's glued underneath and screwed across the back. I'm going to put a little bit of weight in here, a few gallons of water, just to kind of hold it down to make sure that the glue bonds properly. So, alright. The base is permanently installed now.
Okay, so that's right where it's, okay.
And I want to put a grab rail here for you. I'm going to have this plywood there. It's 3/4 inch plywood. It might hold it, but I'd rather put a brace behind it to screw it into.
Yes.
So what I need for you is to know what level you want it. I just glued this down. That's why I have these here, but you can step up.
Are you sure I can step in it okay?
Yes.
All right.
And then tell me
Where?
what level you want the grab rail.
This is all okay to step on?
Yeah, yes.
I'm just thinking here about what,
We'll probably have one over here going up and down. I
yes.
thought we would have one behind you going this
Yeah,
way.
I don't want it to stick out too far. It needs to be like real snug to the wall.
Well, whatever we can find. Right now, I just need to know where to put the brace.
Okay. Probably about the level of where it says shower.
So right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. That'll do it.
Okay. It's going to be amazing. It's starting to really look like it's coming together here.
Yep.
Wow.
I have to put insulation in there in the wall before I can put the wood on.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be a good height. Okay. Wow. Yep, thanks, hon.
Yep. Now before I put the wall board on, I need to put insulation in. This is the Havelock wool, and it goes in here. And I need to glue it in place, otherwise over time it'll settle, it'll slide down. So I'm using something I've never used before. This is automotive headliner adhesive. This is what you would use to put up a new headline in a car or a truck. It says to do 2 to 3 coats. It's contact cement. 2 to 3 coats here and on the insulation. Let it dry for 5 minutes in between each one and then press it in place. Like I said, I've never used it. We'll see how it goes. This is very different from what I expected. So now I'll let that dry for 5 minutes and then put another coat on it. Okay, so this has now got 2 coats. Said to give it at least 5 minutes between, and you have to apply it within 30 minutes. It's been about 15 minutes since the second coat, so like I said, I've never used this before. Let's see how it works. Well, oof, that's sticky. When I was cutting this, I put it in place to make sure it was the right size, and it was, but it wouldn't stay there. It kept falling out. So this is encouraging. And then the directions say that it actually takes 24 hours to completely set. But yeah, I think this is going to work. Yeah, this stuff is pretty sticky. As soon as you touch it, it's stuck. Yeah, that's good. Now I'm putting this plywood on here I'm going to put screws in on the corners because it'll be hidden behind a piece of molding that I'm putting there. I don't want to put any screws or nails in the center, so I'm going to glue the center one. And then silicone caulk down along the bottom. Good. Main structure of the shower is now finished. This right here is where I will have steps, a couple of steps there for me to get up to the bunk. I split that right there instead of making it all one piece because I found this plywood that on one side is a real nice wood veneer. It's kind of off-white, a slightly tannish yellowish color, and on the back side it's very smooth, but it's not wood veneer, it's just primer paint. And I'm going to be painting the inside of this shower with a rubberized paint, and I think that would stick better to this primer than it would to this veneer. So I put these in backwards and then put this one, because you'll be able to see that. I just put a molding right there to cover that. And then I have a slot back here where we're going to be able to slide folding lawn chairs back there. Okay, so for our dinette that goes across the back that folds down into a bed, usually for the table they have one of those that it goes into a post down in the ground and you lift it up off the post to make it into the bed. We're not going to do that because that's difficult for Elizabeth to take care of. Instead, we're going to use one of these folding tables so we can just set it up. We can also use it out here for more counter space. We can use it outside if we need it, but then we can completely get rid of it when we're not using it. And back here I said we can put in a folding chair. We can, but we can also, this is probably where this is going to go when we're not using it. As Slides right in there, out of the way. Now I'm going to put this molding in this corner to seal it and put caulk behind it. Now this caulk will mostly seal it, glue this molding into place and hold it in there. But I'm also going to put a few little paneling nails in it. Try to hold it with the pliers because I can't get my fingers in there. So now I got the shower all framed up, I got the moldings in there and everything's caulked. So now it's time to waterproof this. And I've had the serious problem trying to find any kind of a shower surround for this to waterproof it. I wanted to find something that was either, you know, plastic or vinyl or fiberglass, a ready-made surround to just put in there, which is what I usually do in houses when I build showers like this. But I've had two problems. One was availability and the other one was price. The problem is this base. It's 24 inches deep, which is fine. It's 32 inches wide. The smallest one I could find was 24 by 36. It was 4 inches too thick to fit in here, too wide to fit in here. I even went to recpro.com where I bought the base, and they also have a 36-inch base. They had a surround for a 36-inch shower, but not for a 32-inch shower. The other problem was that even the 36-inch shower surround that they had, they all start at about $600 and go up, and I just don't want to spend that kind of money for a shower. So I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought, well, I'll put some plywood here. I thought maybe I could use like Thompson's water seal or something like that that you use on decks outside. I didn't know how well that would work. So I went to YouTube University, good old YouTube, and I just searched RV shower install. And I came up with dozens of people who have renovated showers in RVs and to see what they did. And several people use this. It's called Flex Seal Liquid, and it is a rubber, liquid rubber. You put it on, and as it dries, it actually turns into a coat of rubber. It's used for all kinds of things. A lot of people use it on the roof of their RV, and it's UV resistant. But the one guy I saw in particular, he even built his own shower base out of wood, and then he put 2 coats of this on, and when it was finished it looked professional. So I thought I'd give it a try, and it's considerably cheaper than a $600 surround. I don't know if this can will be enough. I might have to buy a second one. We'll have to see how it goes, but I think if this works I'm going to be very happy with it because it's so much cheaper and easier to do. Now, I've never used this before, so I don't really know what to expect, but from reading other reviews, people that used it, apparently as soon as you open it, it starts to develop like a skin across the top, so you want to use it fairly quickly. And they said you put the lid back on, and then the next day if you use it again, there's a thick skin on the top that you have to break off before you can get to the good stuff underneath. It's quite thick. I'm going to put the lid back on immediately to help trying to keep that skin from developing too fast. Well, this stuff went on really, really thick. And because of that, I grossly underestimated the amount that I would need. I was hoping to get 2 coats out of that quart. And as you can see, I didn't even finish 1 coat. I wasn't able to finish down here. So I'm going to have to buy 2 more coats. This has been on here for about an hour and it's still a little bit tacky. But, I don't know, can you see the sheen right there? That's from the sunlight coming in the door. So it looks like it's going to finish in a fairly professional type manner with, I'm kind of excited about it actually being rubber like that. But as you can see also, it doesn't smooth out. It's because of the roller, I guess, it's like textured. But if I had used a brush, then you would see the brush strokes. So I'm going to have to order 2 more coats, 2 more cans, and then the second coat, it said to wait 24 to 48 hours before you apply the second coat. But it's going to take me 3 days, I think, to get the new cans in. So as soon as I get them, I'll put a second coat on and let you see it. So when I was looking for something to finish the surround and the shower, what I really wanted was some kind of 4x8 sheets of something that would be like waterproof paneling. I know it's been around for decades and I just couldn't find it. I looked all over online, couldn't find it. I'm here at Lowe's now. I asked here, they didn't even know what I was talking about. That would have been, and since I couldn't find that, I just ended up using the Flex Seal rubber paint. Now here I am in Lowe's looking for something else, and I happened to stumble onto this. This is exactly what I was looking for. It's a thin layer 4x8 sheet of, I don't know exactly what it is, PVC, plastic, something, completely waterproof. Here's another one that is a little textured. I can't believe I find it now after I've got the first coat of Flex Seal on there. I think the Flex Seal will work great, but this is what I would have preferred. It would have been so much cleaner and easier and better looking, I think, in the end. And here's another one. This is a 4x8 sheet of PVC, which is the same material that pipe is made out of. And this is a 1/4 inch thick. Any one of those 3 probably would have been better than the Flex Seal that I'm using. Of course, I can still put this on top of the Flex Seal if I want to, but I'm not going to spend the money for that right now. So it's now considerably later, like what, a week and a half later or 2 weeks later, while I was waiting on that second can of the Flex Seal. And so you can see I went ahead and started working on other things. You'll see that in future videos. But I now have the second coat on here. And I just mentioned to you that I did eventually find those 4x8 sheets of waterproof things. There were several different types at Lowe's. And like I said, if I had found those earlier, I would have used it. But now that I have the second coat on here, I really like this. This is really going to work. This does not feel hard like fiberglass or paint. It's actual soft rubber. You can feel the soft rubber. It's really kind of unique. So it's definitely going to be waterproof, and I definitely think it's going to work. So I already showed you this once. Get it to focus. But see the sheen there? That's the reflection from the light coming in the door over there. And the whole thing just, it looks shiny, and it's very, very soft rubber. It's really unique stuff. Well, so what do you think, dear one?
I think this is going to work out great.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable in here. I feel like I could stand in here and shower and it would be fine. We'll have the shower head coming out here and the little thing to turn it on, and I'm fine in here. This is amazing.
Even with the little step up that I showed you, there's still plenty of headroom.
Oh yeah.
Even for me, there's plenty of headroom in there.
And we're going to have grab bars in here, so I got something to hang on to. If I start to lose my balance, I'm pretty impressed.
So, as you saw, this was a pretty involved project, especially figuring out how to do the drain pipe down under there and everything. But it's done, and I'm really happy with it. I think it's going to work well.
Yeah. I think we're both going to be glad to have it.
Yeah. So thanks for watching.
Live simple.
Live free. You be blessed.
Yep, love you guys, and we will keep showing you what's going on here. This is so much fun.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.